people of the world, welcome to today's episode of Coffee Chats with Jax. If you've been following me on this journey for however long, you know that a few months ago I went through this process where I learned a lot about myself, I learned a lot about the people around me, good friends versus bad friends, and the sad thing is I started to lose trust in my own trust in people. Really, I was just hurt by a lot of people that I trusted and I let really close to my life and I let speak into my life and make me feel like they were with me and they were standing with me, and that was hard because I've dealt with stuff like that in the past. Like all growing up, I was actually just talking about this with my friend last night. I feel like I have this kind of personality that just asks to be bossed around and asked to be taken advantage of and told what to do. For some reason, a lot of people in my life have had the idea that I can't think for myself, and until recently, I think I was believing that about myself as well. Yes, we have to guard our hearts and yes, we have to take care of ourselves, but you guys, regardless of anything that we do, there's going to be people that hurt us, and there's going to be people that love us, and there's going to be people that do both, and the people that do both are the ones that affect us the most. But the thing is, it is so worth it, because if you close yourself off completely from the rest of the world, then you're missing out on living, because putting yourself out there, putting your heart out there, risking getting hurt in a sense, because whenever you build a relationship with someone, whenever you let someone into your life, it's a risk. Being vulnerable is a risk. But that's a risk so worth taking, and I'm really starting to trust my own decisions and trust my own choices on what people I want to have in my life, on how I want to process certain things, and how I want to solve certain problems without having to be told what to do all the time. And guidance is important, and it's important to have people in your life that can guide you, but it also is very important that you make space for yourself to just process with Jesus and to let Him guide you in the right direction as well, because His voice needs to be the loudest voice in your head. For example, I have this such amazing sweet friend that I was processing this issue with, and I didn't know what to do, and I was really bothered and really hurt and mad and all the emotions, and she ended up telling me that she really wants me to process with Jesus, to go have some Jesus time before, because she said that she wanted His voice to be the loudest voice in my head. She said, I have so many things to say and I will tell you them, but I first really want you to go see what Jesus has to say. When His voice is loud, that's how you solve things, that's how you live, that's how you find peace in your problems and peace in life and joy, and it was amazing. I'm so thankful for the hurt, and I know that sounds cliche and that sounds very Christian, but I'm being completely real. God's going to bring lots of people in your life to teach you things. He's going to bring people in your life to love you. There's going to be people in your life that will hurt you, but God will teach you so much in that hurt and so much in each relationship. I don't think anything is a waste. I think everything has purpose if you look hard enough. We just need to look at it in the Jesus perspective. I'm like, okay, what's the purpose behind that pain? What is the lesson that I have to learn from this? And one of the main things I think I learned a few months ago when all this stuff went down was how you know if you can trust someone or not. And there were some red flags that I really want to share with you guys. Not to tell you what to do, I know that this is probably different for everyone, but this is just what I've learned, and it might be useful and helpful little practical tips for you guys to use in your own life, because I think trusting people is a journey and it's a process and it's hard and it's a risk, and I think that we need to do this together. Okay, one of the main things that I've learned is when someone constantly wants to speak in your life, constantly wants to give you advice and help you fix your problems, but never ever invites you into their own life, never wants to see your perspective or brings problems that they have to you. So it's kind of like they just want to be your mentor. What I've learned is when people act like that, that's them getting their identity and helping you. So the more that they can help you and the more that they can try and fix you, the better they're going to feel about themselves, but they don't ever really want to have someone help speak into their life, because relationships are give and take. It's not just I'm going to go to you and you're going to give me all your wisdom, but it's so unequal that that's just the end of the conversation. Second, you don't actually have to share anything from your story with other people. When you share things with people that are sacred and special and vulnerable to you, it's actually a gift to that person. And if the person you're sharing that with acts in any other way other than thank you for inviting me into your life, thank you for sharing this with me, thank you for trusting me, I think that that's a red flag because I've had relationships and friendships in the past where I've shared hard things, even just to show what Jesus did in that, and it's received as a burden, and they try and fix me, and they get nervous and stressed out and think that it's too heavy, and then it ends up just me taking care of them and me feeling shame and guilt for putting this on them in a sense. Guys, it's not a burden when Jesus is the one getting you through it. It's you inviting people into your story and you sharing your story with them because you trust them, and that is a privilege, and that should be appreciated. I love it when people share things with me. I feel so loved when people share their stories with me because I know that I don't have to fix them. I get to be there with them. I get to help them in the process with Jesus because he's the only one that could fix them, not me. Just like no one's gonna fix me but Jesus. Okay guys, this last one I have is so important that if someone is trying to change you from anything else that you know is you, because that fits in here or fits in there, you need to be louder, you need to be quieter, you need to go out more, you need to be more fun, that's not okay, because that is a critic. What we need is we need people to garden us. A gardener sees something for what it is, sees everything that Jesus did to make this person amazing, sees how Jesus made this person, sees those good things and gardens them by encouraging what the person already has. A critic sees a person, sees what God made, and they say, no, actually you need to be this way. And they tell this person what they need to do to change who they are. Most importantly, you guys, have grace with yourselves in this process. It is so inspiring watching people grow relationships because there's so much at risk there. You're putting your heart on the line, but it's so worth it. You guys, we're meant to live in relationships with people. I hope you guys have a good rest of your week, and I'll talk to you next time. Thank you guys so much for watching today's episode of Coffee Chats with Jax. I hope that you enjoyed what I had to say. If you want to continue talking, share stories, ask questions, share any thoughts that you have whatsoever, I'm going to be continuing this conversation with my wonderful little community on my Patreon page. You can get there and be involved in the conversation by clicking that box on the side of the screen that says Patreon, or you can click the link in the description box below that says Join My Family. That is where we're going to be talking and sharing stories. Any of those things. There's a really solid community of people over there that we have conversations about these topics every single week, and I really want you to get involved, so go click those links, find out what I'm doing, and be a part of our family. Okay, I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.